When Prince Siddhartha, the future Gautam Buddha, decides to leave his palace, to leave his wife, his children, and walk into the deep forest. It was a dark night. Prince Siddhartha asks his driver, that is the charioteer, to leave him at the border of his kingdom. His driver's name is Channa, and Channa loved his master. It was the most difficult moment for him to leave the master. He was perfectly aware that once gone, the master, that is Prince Siddhartha, is never going to return. His eyes became wet. Just as he was about to leave Prince Siddhartha at the border of his kingdom, Channa says, I am just a driver. And also this is not my business to interfere. Your order is your order. So I have brought you to the boundary of your kingdom. But if you don't mind, let me say a few words. What are you doing? This is what everyone aspires to be, a prince like you. You were born as prince. Why are you leaving everything? Remember the palace. Remember your beautiful wife. Remember your old father, the kingdom, and the happiness it brings. Prince Siddhartha looked into the driver's eyes and said, I cannot understand what are you talking about. I have not left any palace behind or any kingdom. I have left only a nightmare. The word renunciation means you are leaving something valuable behind. I have not renounced anything. There was nothing to be renounced. The whole thing is on fire. It was a nightmare. And I thank you because you have helped me to come out of it. And Prince Siddhartha lives for the beyond. Meditate on his words. He says, there was nothing to renounce. It was all a nightmare. And never ever does he comes back to his kingdom. He comes only when he is totally transformed. He comes when he has become the Buddha, Gautam Buddha. And when he comes back, the whole kingdom comes to see him. All lanes and all roads are crowded just to have a glimpse of the man whose name has become phenomenal, whose name has been the inspiration for millions and millions, and they all came except one woman, the wife of Gautam Buddha, that is the wife of Prince Siddhartha. Her name was Yasodhara, and she remained in her palace. Of course, she was mad at him. One night, without telling her, without any intimation, this man had left her. It was natural for her to not to come to welcome the man with whom the whole world was in love. But she was not in love. She remained unmoved. Buddha arrives at the palace. He looks around. Nothing has changed. He smiles. He goes to Yashodhara, and Yashodhara is very angry. Almost every cell of her body is boiling with anger. And now before her is standing a man, her husband, who had left her 12 years ago, Gautam Buddha. Now what to say? But she said, she was so much angry that she had absolutely no resistance. She just burst out with anger and she said, couldn't you have trusted me? You could have said that you wanted to go and I would have been the last woman in the world to prevent you. Couldn't you have trusted me even that much? And she was crying. 12 years of anger. And this man had escaped like a thief in the middle of the night without giving a single hint to her. Buddha looked into her eyes and apologized. The master has no ego. The real master understands the pain more than anybody in this whole world. And so Buddha apologized to her and said, "It was out of non-understanding. I was ignorant. I was not aware. But now I am aware and I know. That's why I have come back. You have helped me tremendously. Forget those old things. Now there is no point in thinking about spilt milk. Look at me. Something great has happened. I have come home, and I felt my first duty was towards you, to come and to convey and to share my experience with you." And the words were so beautiful, so true, so deep that they moved the heart of Yashodhara. She could see that this man has really changed, that this is something else, that this man is something else. His glow, his aura, his peace, his words. She could no more control herself. She burst out in tears. The whole palace moved. Everybody came running and they all could see Yashodhara falling at the Buddha's feet. Rarely has this happened in the history of the human world. A wife accepting her husband as her master, as her guru. And with her tearful eyes flowing through the Buddha's feet, she says, "Initiate me. I want to be your disciple." Truth has a tremendous strength. And for a man who himself is the epitome of truth, what is not possible? Everything is possible. Everything is possible. Buddha raises her and gives her a warm hug. A new relation was born, not of husband and wife, but of master and a disciple.